have an awesome Batman with a classic and amazing Batmobile. Of course, you go back to 1966, Adam West's Batmobile. It was basically like an old, I don't know if it was a Caddy or it was a Chevy, with the big fins, and they took that to the next level, right? And they painted it up black and made it the Batmobile. That, though, set a template, all right? And, of course, we have the comics, you start there, and then you move your way. And through the years, we've seen the Batmobile kind of evolve and take shape. And what we kind of accept as what should be and what should be cool. Michael Keaton's Batmobile. It was cool. Man, when he's running around the city and he's with Vicky Vale, he goes, shields, into his little talking thing. And then all the shields come. That was really cool, right? And then so it's also remote control. So the controls were also built into the Batmobile. He could bring it to him. That was a pretty cool Batmobile. Now, the Tumbler 2005, Christian Bale's, yeah, the one that we see in The Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins. I really love this Batmobile. It was just different. And I loved how it was different because it's something you believe that someone as wealthy as Bruce Wayne, with advancements in technology, it wasn't something that you get off of a car lot. The Batmobile should not be something that I can go pick up and put a coat of paint on, and no. It needs to be something really special. In The Dark Knight, when they had catastrophic failure, this turned into the Batpod or the Bat Cycle, right? And we got to see this again in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, this is my toy version. And yeah, this was just so cool, right? And that scene, he's about to go with, up against the Joker, but he goes up the wall and flips around. And then in Dark Knight Rises, we see that these tumblers can actually spin this way. So it can do these kind of lateral moves like this on the strafe on the street. So cool. So yes, I love the tumbler. It is so cool. Will that stay right there? Sweet. All right. After that, taking from Christopher Nolan, taking from Christian Bale's Tumbler Batman, because they call it the Tumbler, is Ben Affleck's. Very similar, smaller wheelbase. It doesn't have these giant wheels, but he took that big hulky tank design. There's just some really organic, funny moments in the Dark Knight Rises, where the police are on the radio. It's like, just describe it to me, and it races past like, never mind. Anyway, there are kind of some cute little funny moments where the police are just dumbfounded, like, what's happening? What is this vehicle? And again, he, without harming and making fun of the police, it just points out that Batman's operating at a higher level, and he has to. Because the cops can operate at one level, but Batman being slightly outside of the law, with so many more toys and gadgets, he has to, because guess what? The criminal element is operating at this level, and we need a Batman to rise to that occasion. See what I did there? And then finally, Robert Pattinson. A lot more grounded Batmobile. I do love his Batmobile, though. He rode I'm not sure it's a Ducati, or he rode a regular motorcycle through most of the Batman. Rob Pattinson did. But this Batmobile, though, brought it away from that giant tank tumbler form, a little bit more down to earth, if you will. Leaner, tighter, but still had the jet engine, still had tons of armor, guns to shoot through stuff. But I love how lean and crisp the newest Batmobile is. I just think it's really sweet looking. Of all of them, yeah, Tumbler is probably my favorite, followed by Robert Pattinson's, followed by the Batman's one. Yeah, those are probably my two favorite. A close third, of course, Michael Keaton, the original Batmobile from 1989. The Bat. It was it had the copters underneath, right? And on top, it almost looked like it had the shell of the Tumbler. It's kind of a tank with a big rotary copter thing underneath. And again, it was grounded in realism. The second you start making the vehicle look like the bat symbol, I got a problem, okay? I don't believe Bruce or Batman would come up with a design or adopt a design and wanted to have the silly symbol that you see on the light. That's, the bat symbol. I don't think he would want that. I think he wants function. He wants it to work. and he wants it to be able to scare and intimidate and cause fear in the hearts of his enemies. That's what his weapons and that's what his vehicles should do. At least, I believe that's what Bruce Wayne would be thinking, not like, yeah, it's great and all, but can you make it look like the bat symbol? That's where it gets stupid and ridiculous. That's my problem with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. All style, zero substance. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you join me next time. Hit the subscribe button. Like it if you like it. Have a good night.